Hello everyone and welcome back to Shopify. In this video I'm showing you guys how to go ahead and bot Shopify using AIO Bot V2. Let's go ahead and begin today's video. Before we go ahead and begin today's video, I just want to go through a few things. The first thing is that if you guys are new to the channel and you want to check out more of this type of content, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, turn on post notifications to know the next time we upload, and check out the rest of the content on our channel. If you wish to go ahead and check out the written overview regarding this video, I'll leave a link down below. And finally, if you wish to go ahead and check out this bot, I do have a discount code for you guys to go ahead and use. That would be linked down below in the YouTube description, and it'll be located on the written overview as well. So let's go ahead and begin today's video. We're going to click the add new button. Go ahead and click the Shopify icon because we're going to be going ahead and creating tasks for Shopify stores, and we're going to be clicking on undefeated in today's video. Let's go ahead and begin. It just says here, Undefeated has no accounts recording in the settings/site accounts tab. Please insert one and then try adding a new task. So looks like we have to go ahead and do that first. That is something I do want to cover in today's video, so let's go ahead and cover that first. So if you head over to the settings page and click site accounts, we can go ahead and add site accounts to use with our tasks. And as you guys saw in the previous clip, we do need that. So let's go ahead and click the add new button. We're going to select Undefeated here, just like so. The email is going to be john@gmail.com. Obviously this won't actually work, but I'm just typing in some random information for the purpose of this video, and the password will be john123. Let's click save. You can also import and export accounts if you wish, and on each individual account you can select it, you can edit it, and you can also delete it as well. Let's head back to the task section and create our task here. Let's go back to Undefeated, and as you guys can see, it works. Now we're going to go ahead and transition into the task setup part of today's video. When it comes to botting Shopify with AIO bots, let's jump straight into it. So we covered the first tip, which is utilizing site accounts. Obviously you go into settings, you go to the site accounts tab, and you add your site accounts for the site you want to go ahead and add accounts for. And then on the task creation process, you can select those accounts from this drop down. We only have one available, so I can't select this. If I did have multiple, then I can go ahead and configure it as I wish. The next tip is going to be that if you want to go ahead and use a proxy list, make sure to go ahead and select it in this list. And if you don't want to use a proxy list, meaning you don't want to use proxies, click no proxy list. Then when it comes to this section, this is essentially the mode for your task. I'm not going to cover that, but obviously you can go ahead and look at the guide to AIO bot when it comes to these type of releases, and they'll best advise you. The part we're going to be looking at is this section, early link, keyword, and variant. So early link is essentially when you have the link earlier prior to its initial release, and then we have keyword where we can go ahead and enter positive and negative keywords. Then we also have variant, and that's a variant for a specific item and a specific size of said item. I'm going to go ahead and cover the keyword option here because the early link and variant are pretty self-explanatory. When it comes to keywords, you can enter negative keywords if you wish, but the general rule set when it comes to whether it's positive keywords or negative keywords, you separate sets of keywords with a comma. So let's say, for example, one of my keywords is 1 and another of my keywords is 2. I've gone ahead and separated those keywords. But let's say, for example, I want to add another keyword to the first keyword set here. I'd hit this and button and then go ahead and type in another keyword, just like so. So just to go ahead and reiterate, the and letter that I've highlighted over here will go ahead and stack keywords onto each other. So it'll search for items with this and this in it. And if you want to separate keyword sets, you go ahead and enter a comma, and that will go ahead and separate it. Now before we go ahead and move off this section, I just wanted to go ahead and cover variants once more. If you go ahead and enter a variance here, as you guys can see, the size will be grayed out because you're getting a variant of a specific item, and the variant will be linked to a size, so you won't be able to go ahead and configure the size. If you wish to use variants, make sure you're grabbing the variant of the item for the right size. Now I'm just going to go ahead and switch back over to keyword here because we've entered keywords. I want to keep that configuration. Now when it comes to sizes, if we want to go ahead and use multiple sizes when it comes to Shopify and Undefeated, all we have to type in is this. So let's say, for example, I want a size 7 and a size 8. Between that, I just hit this, and that will go ahead and stack multiple sizes. Multiple sizes isn't supported in every single mode. However, for Shopify, if you go ahead and do this, it will work. So let's say if I want 7, 8, and a 9, all I have to do is that. Now the final tip for the task setup is when it comes to configuring the minimum and max price. Now when it comes to certain drops, there might be a collection of items that are dropping. So hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and shoes. And let's say, for example, you want to fixate your task on a certain item. You can go ahead and configure your keywords. If you have early links, you can use those. You can go ahead and create this perfect setup. But if you want to have an extra safety net, you can go ahead and create a minimum and max price. So let's say, for example, the specific item you're going for is between 80 and 100. That will go ahead and set a minimum and maximum price. So when the task goes ahead and latches onto an item, if it meets those two conditions, then we'll carry out the checkout process. If it doesn't, then it won't. Then at the bottom here, you can go and configure your billing information, your task delay, and the number of tasks. But let's go ahead and actually create this task here. And as you guys can see, it's been created in the background. Now I'm going to go ahead and transition into the summary tips part of today's video. The first tip is that if you wish to go ahead and configure the delays for your bot, navigate over to settings and click on the delays section. So let's go ahead and do that. As you guys can see, I clicked on the settings icon, I clicked on the delays tab, and we can see that I can go ahead and configure my Shopify restart delay as well as my Supreme restart delay. So you can go ahead and configure this, and it is based in milliseconds. So at the moment it's 3000 milliseconds, so that equates to 3 seconds. The next tip is that you can go ahead and actually set up a Shopify password page or earlier link for selected task on your task section. So as you guys can see, I've selected this task. I can right click it and I can go ahead and set a Shopify password or early link page. So if you click this, I can go ahead and configure it. So I can go ahead and enter the Shopify password if I'm aware of the Shopify password, or I can go ahead and set up a Shopify early link if I wish. The next tip is that when it comes to your captcha, if you go ahead and utilize it, when you pop up the solver, you want to make sure you're hitting the right solver. So obviously make sure you're going ahead and clicking on Shopify so you use the right solver when it comes to your tasks. And finally, when it comes to your proxies, you need speed when it comes to these types of releases. So make sure you're utilizing DC or ISPs. That is going to go ahead and conclude today's video. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like on today's video. Subscribe if you guys are new, turn on post notifications to know the next time we upload. And make sure to go ahead and check out our recent overview regarding this video. And finally, you can go ahead and purchase this bot and get a discount on the bot purchase using our link down below, as well as the discount code linked down below as well.